The movie begins with two girls, Emma and Sissy, recording themselves on video. Both claim to be best friends since birth and promise that they will always be together. The scene abruptly changes 12 years later, where we find she's transformed into an adult named Cecilia. Now she's an Instagram influencer promoting mental health and supporting her followers with personal dilemmas. She's achieved notable success, with 200,000 fans who adore her. However, in her daily life, Cecilia feels lonely. Her followers' approval is her main joy. In the next scene, Cecilia is in a pharmacy when she unexpectedly runs into Emma. The reality is that the childhood best friends have drifted apart and haven't kept in touch for a long time. Visibly nervous, Cecilia listens to Emma speak animatedly. Emma confesses to her that she is engaged to a woman named Fran and will be getting married soon. He invites Cecilia to his engagement party, though she hesitates at first. After Emma insists, she finally accepts. After parting ways, Cecilia remembers the pact they made to grow old together in a retirement home and the fact that they buried a time capsule during their childhood. That night, Cecilia attends Emma's engagement party, where everyone drinks and enjoys karaoke. However, she feels uncomfortable and out of place, as she has social difficulties and rarely leaves the house. Later, Emma, a bit drunk, drags her on stage and introduces Cecilia as her best childhood friend. Both sing together, but it gets awkward when Emma vomits on Cecilia's clothes. Trying to clean up in the bathroom, Cecilia meets Fran. She hopes not to bother Fran, who assures it's fine. Emma apologizes to Cecilia for the vomiting incident and expresses her joy at reuniting after so long. She also invites her to her bachelorette party the next weekend, far from the city. Despite her insecurities, Cecilia hesitantly accepts. Later, back home, Cecilia checks Emma's Instagram for event photos and videos, and soon notices Emma has shared many images with another girl named Alex, with whom she seems close. This displeases her, as she recalls having issues with Alex in childhood. Cecilia returns to the time capsule site and retrieves an old box. At home, she finds a camera they stored. Watching childhood videos from 15 years ago, she feels happy. In one of the videos, the girls are wearing pink wigs, which leads her to buy pink dye and dye her hair. The next morning, she packs for the trip and meets Emma, Fran, Tracy, and Jamie. She's assigned to drive and agrees. While traveling, Fran says Alex will wait for them at the villa, surprising and scaring Cecilia. She remembers how Alex and his friends bullied her at school, which distracts her and causes her to hit a kangaroo. The group quickly gets out of the car and sees the kangaroo is seriously injured. Fran suggests sacrificing the animal in the most compassionate way, but no one dares to do it. Finally, Fran takes the initiative and ends the suffering of the poor marsupial. Afterward, Alex, visibly upset, gives pillows to Cecilia, indicating she'll sleep on the sofa as all rooms are occupied. While the group watches TV, Cecilia feels alone and disconnected. She goes to the bathroom, repeats positive affirmations to boost confidence, then returns and gives the time capsule box to Emma as a pre-wedding gift. The box holds several meaningful objects from her childhood, making Emma feel happy and excited. Then, Cecilia plays a wedding video on TV, and Emma watches with amusement. However, Alex turns off the TV abruptly, saying dinner is ready. This disappoints Cecilia and seems to disappoint Emma too. Through a flashback, we see Emma and Alex were close in childhood, and Alex gave Emma a best friend's necklace. Soon after, Emma tells everyone Cecilia is a famous influencer with 200,000 followers. Fran asks if she works as a model, and Cecilia clarifies she's more into mental health advocacy. The group is impressed, except Alex, who starts calling her a sissy. However, Cecilia corrects him, saying she's not called that. Suddenly, Alex makes a sarcastic remark about how ironic it is to witness Cecilia discussing mental health, considering what she did to her in the past. This causes Cecilia to feel terrible and she leaves the table. Later in the bathroom, Cecilia starts reading positive comments on her Instagram to calm herself down. Shortly after, Emma shows up to apologize for what happened. On the verge of breaking down, Cecilia cries and mentions that she is Emma is understanding and tells her that Alex is a disorganized person who has made many mistakes over time. Remember, it was an accident and they were just girls who didn't understand. He advises her to move on and enjoy now. The next morning, Cecilia realizes everyone has left the villa. She finds a letter from Emma saying she's near a waterfall and draws a map. Then, Cecilia rushes to the location. When she arrives, she hears them talking about her and hides behind a tree. She accidentally hears Alex calling her a psychopath, and some in the group seem upset about Emma's decision to invite a weirdo to her farewell. In a flashback, it is revealed how, after burying the time capsule, Alex mocks Cecilia, claiming that Emma was his only best friend. This deep wound triggers Alex's childhood taunts. Currently, Emma asks Alex not to dwell on what happened, reminding him she was the one who harassed Cecilia. However, Alex remains unfazed and recounts something Cecilia did to him before. This surprises everyone, and Jamie notes the irony of Cecilia discussing mental health. Given her actions, the group decides to picnic in the woods. Meanwhile, Cecilia recalls how Alex and his friends mocked her as a child, singing Cece the Ladybug. Moments later, Alex finds Cecilia hiding behind a tree and urges her out. Cecilia, anxious, slowly approaches and apologizes for their fight. She seems sincere in her remorse, wanting to reconcile. However, Alex, furious, tells her to stop acting and calls her a psychopath. Then he takes Cecilia's phone and starts recording, demanding she confess to her followers what she did to him in the past. Then we see a flashback of her childhood, where an enraged Cecilia injures Alex in the face with a garden shovel, convincing herself it wasn't her fault. In the present, Cecilia thinks Alex is dead and drags her body into the woods while crying. However, when the collar is removed, her attitude changes drastically and she decides to go live on Instagram as if nothing happened. Cecilia tells her followers that she has been enjoying nature, and just at that moment, Jamie appears and in a panic she hides. Jaime, drunk, needs to urinate and unknowingly urinates on Alex's supposed grave. Scared the body will be found, Cecilia emerges and distracts Jaime. Seeing the dirt, he asks what happened. She says she tripped. She tries to make him leave, but Jaime, slipping, finds the grave. Terrified, he runs, but Cecilia chases and corners him on a cliff, claiming Alex attacked her and she only defended herself. However, Jamie suggests that she could have sought help, to which Cecilia, in tears, reveals that she heard comments about her and thought that no one would ever believe her. In another part of the forest, Emma looks for Alex and hears his phone in a bag in the stream. When she tries to get it, the strong current sweeps her away. While this is happening, Cecilia panics about what happened with Jamie, so she starts reading positive comments to calm down. The scene shifts to dusk. Fran sleeps in a picnic area, and Emma reaches the shore. Cecilia returns to the villa and finds Tracy alone watching TV. Suddenly, she grabs a stick and injures herself, telling Tracy Alex attacked her in the woods. Tracy, compassionate, helps with her injuries and prepares a bath. At one point, Cecilia cries and Tracy comforts her, suggesting maybe Alex wanted revenge. However, this enrages Cecilia, who insists she hasn't made any mistakes. Tracy, scared, tries to leave, but Cecilia grabs her roughly and yells that she is a good person. In an instant, Tracy's hair gets caught in the drain, causing a fatal head injury. Meanwhile, Alex wakes from his shallow grave, revealing he was only unconscious. Emma searches for Alex but gets lost in the forest. In another scene, Cecilia tries to escape in her vehicle and runs into Fran. He asks for a ride to the villa, and Cecilia agrees. During the journey, Fran asks about Emma and Cecilia, a bit brusque, replies that if he cares so much, he should know. Suddenly, Cecilia speeds up and admits that what hurts most is not aging with Emma, as planned. Realizing she notices Fran is gone, confused, Cecilia exits the car and meets Francia. Elsewhere in the forest, Alex crawls exhausted toward Jaime's phone, seen in the distance. He uses the phone's light to illuminate his surroundings and is horrified to find Jamie's mutilated body. Panicking, he calls 911, but only screams. The agent traces the call, but the phone turns off. Meanwhile, Cecilia returns to the villa for Emma, but can't find her, causing her to act erratically. He bursts into laughter while hitting his face with his phone, causing bruises and bleeding. Then she opens her Instagram and starts a live, claiming that a woman named Alex has murdered her friends and is now after her. Moments later, she loses consciousness. In the next scene, Emma arrives at the villa and is shocked to see Cecilia covered in blood. She urgently searches for a first aid kit. However, suddenly she finds Tracy's body hidden under a bed. Cecilia tells her Alex went crazy and tried to kill everyone, but Emma notices the best friend's necklace on Cecilia's neck and realizes she's lying, though she pretends to believe her. Emma suggests calling the police to report Alex, but Cecilia stops her, insisting they leave. When Emma comes to, she finds herself tied to a chair. A childhood video plays on the TV. Cecilia has completely lost her sanity. She dyed Emma's hair pink and says they'll recreate the childhood video before going out for nail polish. Emma uses the chance to cut her bonds with the best friend's necklace. She surprises Cecilia on her return, leading to an altercation. However, Cecilia stabs her with scissors. While distracted, Emma calls the police, urging them to come quickly. Realizing her action, furious Cecilia grabs a broken vase and attacks Emma for hurting her feelings. Both engage in an intense fight, but Emma manages to overpower Cecilia, brutally beating her until she's almost knocked out. Still dazed from her wound, she attacks Emma for her pink hair and repeatedly punches her face, disfiguring it. Cecilia then decides to record it with her fall. After a while, Alex realizes what she has done and, horrified, is shot down by a police officer who shoots her in the back. The officer approaches Cecilia, injured and thought to be the victim, tells her not to move, and promises to get help in the final scene. Time passes and Cecilia has rebuilt her life as an influencer. He addresses his fans, telling them how he managed to survive Alex's massacre by following his own advice. Additionally, he has written a book about this experience that has become a bestseller. Social media can make you famous, but now click on another video before it influences you too much or you'll become a